The man Stewart Copeland calls the Mozart of drummers. Some of you will be surprised by this, others probably not. I certainly was not as a drummer. I can see him up there on the list. Stewart Copeland and the greatest drummer of all time on Rock History Music. Here it is, the brand new book from Stewart Copeland. It's called Stewart Copeland's Police Diaries. And inside, you get actual diary. Look at this. This is his diary. You get all kinds of good pictures of the beginning of the police, and it's a hardcover. Christmas is coming. I'm so glad I have this. I learned so much about the police, things that I didn't know before.
By the way, so you consider when you're asked, I watched a lot of your interviews in the last couple of weeks, but so it's Mitch Mitchell for you? Is he the guy?
Totally. Yeah. And it's a strange thing that he eats everybody's lunch. All the others, Ginger Baker was up there, but he and Ginger Baker came before John Bonham, who was amazing, a mountain of power, energy, and everything like that. But Mitch Mitchell was not noticed because he had Jimi Hendrix in front of him. And it's an amazing thing. You listen to live records, you can hardly hear him, but on the albums, the drumming on there has not been surpassed, in my opinion. He's the Mozart of drums. He's the Joey Jordison of his day. He had more chops than anybody, and he changed the formula of how drums operate in a band. Before that, it was a backbeat, a supportive role. And when he came along with Jimi Hendrix, it was a lead instrument. Unlucky for his reputation and his legacy, he had Jimi Hendrix in front of him, so very few people noticed.
By the way, speaking of drum sets, you still have, I asked, our subscribers questions for Stewart, and one guy said, does he still drive around LA in a minivan?
No, I never did.
See? The internet.
Yeah. I mean, I used to hire trucks in London to pick up our gear, but I don't know. I used to have I do have an SUV. And the reason I was a Jeep man for decades. This is my, some guy pulls up next to me in their Lamborghini. Screw you! I got my Jeep. You
never splurged with the car?
No, not so much. I've got a fancy car now, but it's an SUV, and the reason it's an SUV is because I still entertain this small idea in the back of my mind that I might want to load up my drums and take them over to Stanley's place or something, and that's never going to happen. For one thing, I already gave Stanley a drum set, which he's got up there. I ain't packing my drums nowhere. That's something I've earned in my life. I have paid my dues. I ain't ever going to set up a drum set. I might consider adjusting the hi-hat a little. But I'll play with my guitars all day. I mean, I'll take the strings off, I'll polish them, I'll obsess over the pickup. Should the pickup be a little higher, a little lower? And because guitar, you can sleep with your guitar. You can't sleep with a drum set.
We'll have more from Stewart Copeland in the next few days. His brand new book is called Stewart Copeland's Police Diaries. As I've mentioned before, it's kind of cool. There's actually diary pieces in the book. There's his journal again. You can pick it up via the links in the description. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. There are links at the very top of the channel where you can make a donation. If you feel like you want to support the channel, you can join our Patreon, get early access to all our videos. Right now on Patreon, the entire interview is on there. So if you're a member, you always get early access to all the interviews, and there's so much coming up that we're going to present to you. Remember, like our videos, share them on social media, and of course, subscribe. I'm John Bowden. This is Rock History Music. Take care of yourself.